Hi everyone, it's Catalina and today I'm going to show you how to make this amazing moussaka. Moussaka is a delicious Mediterranean dish which is really easy to make paleo friendly. So this is a dairy, gluten and sugar-free version which tastes amazing and is also full of really good ingredients. It's a great dish that you can make in advance because it keeps really well in the fridge for 4 to 5 days and it can also be frozen for future meals. I hope you enjoy this recipe and here are the ingredients you will need. You will need 1 large onion chopped into little cubes, 4 ripe tomatoes, 2 medium-sized eggplants, 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, 4 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of arrowroot, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1 egg, 1 clove of garlic, a few bay leaves, 1 pound of ground lamb or beef, 2 cups of coconut or almond milk, some butter, ghee or coconut oil for cooking, and some salt and pepper. The first thing I'm going to do is start chopping the eggplant in slices about half an inch in width, and then I'm going to put them flat on a chopping board and sprinkle them with some salt and pepper. Now in a little bit of butter, I'm going to start cooking the eggplant for about 2 minutes on each side until it looks soft and golden on both sides. Then I'm going to put it on a plate and put it to the side. Now I'm going to get started with the meat sauce, and the first thing I'm going to do is melt some butter and start cooking the onion and the garlic which has been chopped very finely. I'm going to do this for about 3 minutes and after that I'm going to add the meat into the pan. And here I have added the meat. I'm just mixing it all very well, making sure I break it up so I don't end up with big lumps of meat. And also the whole time I've been using medium heat for this recipe. And now I'm going to start adding the spices, and the spices are really what are going to bring this dish together and are going to make it really amazing. So I'm going to start by adding some pink Himalayan salt. Also I'm going to add lots of black pepper because I really like it. I'm also going to add cinnamon, and the reason for adding so much cinnamon here is because moussaka is normally sweet and people usually add sugar to it, but I've seen that if you add lots of cinnamon, it gives it a lot of sweetness and you're not adding any sweetener of any kind. And lastly, I'm adding the dried oregano. Now I'm going to mix everything very well, and I'm going to let it cook for about 10 minutes until the meat looks cooked. As you can see, now the meat looks cooked, and what I'm going to do now is add the tomatoes. I decided to blend them on their own without any water as opposed to dicing them, but that's completely up to you. I'm also adding the tomato paste. I'll mix this very well, and then I'm going to turn off the heat and put it to the side. Now for the bechamel sauce, I started by warming up the milk and putting in the bay leaves and the black pepper, being very careful not to let it boil. In this recipe, I added the arrowroot directly to the warm milk, but I ended up with a lot of lumps. So what I recommend is that you use only half of the milk, leave it cold and mix it with the arrowroot and heat up the rest of the milk, and when it's warm, you add the arrowroot already diluted in your cold milk, and that is going to result in a very smooth consistency and you're not going to end up with all of those lumps. After about 3 minutes, the sauce is going to start to thicken up and become really nice and like proper bechamel sauce. Make sure it doesn't boil, just keep stirring it very well. And once it reaches the desired consistency, you're going to whisk the egg, and then you're going to turn off the sauce, turn off the heat, put it away, and then add the egg. And make sure to mix it very well so it doesn't get like scrambled in there, the egg. You want to mix it really well so it becomes part of the sauce, and that's your bechamel sauce finished. Now on a greased baking dish, I'm going to start putting the slices of eggplant all packed together without a lot of spaces in between them, and after that I'm going to add the meat. I'm going to spread it really well, and on top of that I'm going to add the fresh parsley, and use as much parsley as you want. I love the color and the flavor it gives to this dish. And after adding the parsley, I'm going to start adding the bechamel sauce, spreading it really well. And at this point, if you're more primal than paleo, you can add some cheese if you want, but otherwise it's not necessary. It's gonna be really delicious anyway. Now I'm gonna put it in the oven, which is at 350 Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna leave it there between 40 and 45 minutes. And here is the final dish. It looks incredible and it smells wonderful too. I'm really happy with this recipe because it's very easy to make, but it looks very fancy. I love the top of it. It looks like a cheesy crust and it's just so yummy. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. Bye!